All right, welcome back. Mayor Brandon Sakbun of Terre Haute joins us now live to answer a few questions regarding the city, the county, and everything about whatever you want.
Yeah, good to have you.
Yeah, thanks for being here. I survived Halloween with a 14-month-old, which was a significant emotional event with costumes, of course, but we made it.
It makes dealing with the city easy, right?
Yeah, it does. It does. The gray hairs are from her.
Hey, let's talk about something a lot of people are talking about, the VCSC, and there's talk about a special board that would kind of help with the overseeing of possible construction and other things. What's your view on that?
Well, I think a lot of confusion's been created around the matter, and it's a mixture of from the executive, from the legislative branch, and what I'd like to do is spend a couple moments just clarifying. I think the majority of your viewers would agree that something needs to be done to the schools. I think that's a very fair statement. The purpose of this board is to examine outside funding, so funding the school doesn't have access to fix the buildings. Under the current state code, to do a large-scale remodel or an addition, the only way to do that is through a property tax referendum. This is an avenue that allows us to avoid that using current dollars on the table to avoid that question as long as possible. So I see the benefits to it. I think it's very fiscally conservative. I do understand there's some concerns about the legal abilities of that board, which I'm sure can be addressed between the board and the county council if it should go to that level, and I certainly hope they do. I think the only one who's getting affected the most, the longer that politicians and pundits delay this decision is the kids. And we got to find a way to advance some project to benefit the schools that keep the cost down over the next 20 years, and I think this board can do that.
Yeah, because from my understanding, the board will look for other avenues for money, not just in the public sector, but maybe some private donations could come in and help with that as well.
Yeah, which would be very helpful.
All righty. Well, state lawmakers are also looking at possible congressional redistricting early. We heard this weekend from State Senator Greg Good that it's going to cost taxpayers about $250,000 for the special session and then to redistrict. Do you have an opinion on this?
Yeah, I mean, well, frankly, for hundreds of years, this has been done every 10 years after the census. The census was done under President Donald Trump. And so we drew maps based off of that census. And then earlier this year, Texas made the decision to draw 5 more congressional seats. Then California responded. Now North Carolina, Missouri has responded. And folks, I think this is the race to the bottom. I think the voters should choose their representatives and not the other way around. And frankly, it doesn't matter if you're a Democrat or Republican. No one should engage in what's called gerrymandering. That's when you draw the map to benefit one party or the other. When you talk to Hoosiers right now, what's keeping them up at night? The cost of food, the cost of utilities, property taxes, and what can we do to grow the city of Terre Haute and the state of Indiana? Those are the issues that I would hope the legislator could kind of refocus on. But they'll go through this discussion and deal with it. But I'm not going to be able to vote on that as mayor. I'm not in the state house, and we'll just see what they do.
Along those same lines, the government shutdown is continuing, and we learned today that a court order is telling the Trump administration to extend the SNAP benefits. Is there anything, if at all, that the city can do to help people who might be in need?
Yeah, so we put a resource guide out on Facebook a couple of days that shows many of our food pantries in town and different opportunities. We have been in contact with some of our faith-based and non-faith-based organizations that help in this field, in this sector. I think there's a lot of myths around, SNAP, a lot of negatives to it, and we've worked with a number of folks who have walked into the mayor's office, mothers who are working 1, even 2 jobs with kids, single dads and the challenges that they face as well. So, of course, there's some problems with any government system that do need to be addressed, and I certainly hope Congress can address it, but I'd rather focus on the 85 to 90% of folks who are using SNAP for the right reason, and look forward to continuing to work with some of our local pantries to help close this gap. Well, I don't know when Congress will return back to work, but I hope it's someday soon.
And do you get the idea that a lot of these food banks kind of prepared for this? They knew it might be coming, so they're ready for this maybe influx of people?
Yes, and there have been some tremendous things behind the scenes by some private foundations to help order extra food with a number of our local food pantries. And, for those private foundations, I just want to say thank you, and they've chosen not to be named, but we can't thank them enough for stepping in during this time of need. I will use this opportunity to shout out the Pacers Foundation and the Gleason Food Bank. They have stepped up, not just in Vigo County, but also in Indianapolis. Indianapolis. So it's great to see organizations like that stepping up. And of course, to our faith-based community who's starting to really rise to the occasion and help out their neighbors, and very impressive.
Well, the city's still working on a few street projects before it gets too cold. What's left?
So we've got a couple of streets left, and that list is also out on Facebook. We did just do Ohio Street 13th to 19th. We're over in Rice. We're doing some more work up in the avenues. And, you know, I get it. It's frustrating. It's road construction. My mind is, you know, we saved some dollars throughout this year, and we're using some of those savings to do additional streets to get us back on track. So anytime we can take cost savings and add them to a project that is similar, so we save some money on road paving, so we're going to do some more road paving. We're going to pursue those opportunities. So I get that there's growing pains. I get there's more construction cones out, but we'll all be better in the long run when it's done.
I will say 13th and Wabash is nice. You guys finished up that project. I was up there. Yeah, it's nice.
It is. It's one of the highlights that we've done. If you look in North Terre Haute, we did a lot of work in around the 19th and Beachside in the avenues, as well as south of Wabash, in between Wabash and really Woodrow Wilson. We did some good work there. So it's never ending in road paving, right? As soon as you do one, you've got another challenge, but that's okay.
But it's important, very important. Keeping with that, the leaves are falling. What about leaf pickup? Can you give us any details on that?
Yes, please visit the city website, folks. We've got our interactive map showing which zones we're going to be in. There's 5 colored zones. So if you go to the City of Terre Haute under the street department, you're going to see that information. We used to start around Thanksgiving. That date has changed in the past. We're going to start pickup November 12th. We're currently outfitting our vehicles to be able to do this and really tackle this zone by zone. The information is on the city's newsletter, which that goes out the first of every month. We make sure to add that to the website as well. So be sure to check the City of Terre Haute Facebook as well as the City of Terre Haute website for that specific information.
And the video shows a good place to put the leaves in that tree row. It's got to be past that tree row there.
Yes.
Well, to wrap things up, I mean, anything else on your agenda right now that we don't know about that maybe the public should know about?
You know, I think we've done really well when it comes to housing, but there's a lot of room to grow, right? The City of Terre Haute is not in charge of interest rates or some of the battles when it comes to housing. So if you view this from a simple perspective, supply and demand, let's increase the supply. So where it meets the demand on the bell curve, that is a little bit lower, and hopefully the prices go down. We're going to keep on doing that. Just a few years ago, we were only building about 100 new homes a year. That number is now 350. So we've got to be focused on rebuilding our city, some of our inner city lots where homes have had to be torn down. Let's rebuild kind of like the skeleton of Terre Haute, Indiana, and not just the neighborhoods on the outskirts. And I'm very proud of the engineering department as well as our local home builders for stepping up in this area, and hope to continue to do that.
That's 350. That's like one a day, almost.
Yeah, it's been a very strong year for growth in the City of Terre Haute, whether it's parks and some of the work that we've done, some of the work we're going to do, like a new Deming Park pool. And I hope you guys join me when we open up that pool. We could do a race.
Oh, there we go.
We could put on our swimsuits and race.
Well, that's not happening anytime soon, is it?
No, you got about a year. Yeah, we'll go down the slide and then we'll race
He's
after.
still rehabbing, you know. We're out to get him in shape.
I'll do it.
Good.
I'll do it. Mayor, thank you so much as always.
Always good to see you.
Thank you, guys.